is VidIQ actually worth it? I've been using it on my own channel, and I'm going to show you exactly what it does, what the data looks like, and give you my honest take on whether it's worth paying for. My link is in the description, and there's a QR code on screen. So to start, I'm going to go through some of the features of VidIQ, especially the features that I use the most. So the thing that I use almost every day on VidIQ is this research section. There are some suggestions here. You can see some of the top keywords in my niche. There's keywords here. This shows a ranking of what's really popular right now. There's videos and shorts, and overall this kind of just tells me what's popular and what's trending. What I use the most though is the search feature. So if I type in Shopify, it pulls up some of these keywords right here. So keywords, as you probably already know, can sometimes be a phrase rather than just one word. So this Shopify tutorial for beginners, that whole thing is one keyword. It's more of a long tail keyword, and it does give it a related score, how much it's related to my original search. It shows the search volume. So just the keyword Shopify has about 800,000 searches a month, but it's at high competition, which means a lot of creators on YouTube are already making videos using this keyword. It also shows the overall score here. A lot of times what I do when I search a keyword is I will go to overall and I'll click on it to sort it by the top keywords, and it gives it this score. A lot of times it ranks it by search volume and competition. So as you can see, this long tail keyword, how to earn money online, has 510,000 searches a month at low competition. So that's a very good keyword. But if I wanted to do more of an affiliate model, this would be a cold lead because it doesn't actually say Shopify. It's a very generic term, but that is a phrase that I could add to my video to increase clicks. If you're just going for a viral strategy and you want to get as many views as possible and you don't care if it's kind of a cold lead, then this is a great strategy. I like to use warm leads. I want people who are searching for a very specific term to find my video who are likely to click my affiliate link. Sometimes you can also sort this by competition. So you can sort it and it will show you the highest competition. I like to click it again to see very low competition. And then I usually start down here. I start scrolling down and seeing what is very low competition, which means not very many creators on YouTube are making videos, especially compared to how many people are searching for it. So that's the overall view of the search feature. I use it all the time. I'm always searching. Sometimes if I just want as many searches as possible, I'll go to search volume. YouTube automation has 3 million searches a month at medium competition. Maybe I can add that into my title somewhere. Another feature that I use every time I post a video is the copy and paste feature. I can select this box here and it will automatically allow me to copy. So I usually select about 20. So I will go through and select those right now. I always look at the score and the search volume when I'm selecting them. I try to have the actual company name when I'm doing it. This obviously doesn't apply if you're doing a viral strategy. If you're doing a viral strategy, I would sort this by search volume and just select the absolute top search volume or sort by overall score. But for me, I'm actually just choosing ones that have the company name in the keyword. I won't select this one because it has less than 750 searches a month. I also won't select this one because I want people who are interested in Claude AI, not people who are looking to find an alternative to it. So I will copy the 16 keywords that I've selected. I'm going to go into my YouTube video. I'm going to go to edit and I will scroll down to tags. I can just select in here and paste. So as you can see, it shows the score here because I have the VidIQ Chrome extension. I still have a lot of keywords that I can add, and it's really nice that down here it shows me more suggestions and it also shows me the scores. So because I've used all of the ones that mention ARCADs, I'm going to choose just some of the highest scores in here. And I just hit the plus sign and it will add it to my tags. And it is nice if you hover over a keyword, it will show you the monthly searches and competition and overall score. I've got it about as close as I possibly can to 500. And then I'm going to save with all of those keywords. And as you can see, it even shows me the rank on VidIQ and it shows me the score. All of the scores are green, which is what I want. A lot of the ones that I didn't add down here were red and yellow and just had overall lower scores. So I will hit save and go back to VidIQ. The other feature that I use every time I post a video is this optimize feature. So this is where I can see all of my videos that I've posted. I can see a score for the title and a score for the thumbnail. I've tried to optimize all of them to be over at least 70. Some of them still need a little bit of improvement. So I just barely posted this video about ARCADs. I purposefully did not optimize the thumbnail or the title because I wanted to show you how this feature works. This title that it suggested is Claude AI review. Is it worth it in 2026? That's exactly what I'm looking for. It has a pretty good score of 82. So if I just click it and hit save, then it will automatically change my title on YouTube. I don't have to go into the YouTube profile to change this. So now that is updated. If you don't like the 3 title suggestions that it gives you down here, you can just regenerate. It costs 3 credits. You get about 2,000 a month with the paid plan, with the lowest tiered paid plan, which I think is well worth it sometimes if you want a really great optimized title. So you just hit generate and it will come up with some new options. So it came up with these 3 titles. I still think that this one that I have matches the topic of my video the best, so I'm going to keep it. Now I'm going to optimize my thumbnail. I have a few different options here. As you can see, it gave my thumbnail a really bad score. I always start with a thumbnail template that I make in Canva just to give this a starting point, because I've noticed that when I ask VidIQ to generate a thumbnail from a prompt, a lot of times it doesn't give me anything close to what I want. A lot of times it doesn't have a picture of a person in it or anything like that. So I like to give it a template to start from. I do have a few options here. I can create with likeness, meaning I can add a photo of myself and it will add it to the thumbnail. I can also just do a quick generate, which is where it just analyzes my video and generates a thumbnail. So now it's doing that. Or I can start from a frame. A lot of times what I do though is I'll click these three dots and I'll just say improve. And I like to see what it comes up with. Okay, this is what it generated. This is the one that I did with the quick generate. It gave it a pretty high score, but I'm not a huge fan of the thumbnail. It doesn't really fit my video very well. This one, it brought it from a 48 to a 73. So what I'm going to do is click here and say edit. So it just kind of patterned to the background. It sharpened some of the wording, and that was enough to bring up the score pretty high. But I can describe some of the things I want to change here. So I submitted some changes and now it's thinking about them. I usually tell it brighter, bolder colors with higher contrast. I tell it to add a red arrow somewhere, and I tell it to add backlighting behind the person. It does use 22 credits every time you use it, and so you just have to be mindful of that. You do get 2,000 credits a month, which in my opinion is plenty to just play around with this, especially if this is the only feature that you're using credits for, which actually is for me. But there are a lot of features throughout the program that use credits as well, so I will show you those to keep in mind. Okay, so this brought it up to a 74. For now, for the purpose of this, I'm just going to save it because it's an improvement on what it was at 48. So now that is saved. It's completely added to my YouTube channel. I don't have to go to YouTube and fix this. As you can see, this was the video before with the just said ARCADS review. I'm going to refresh the page. As you can see, it shows the new title and the new thumbnail that have automatically been added. One thing I wanted to show as well is that I do have the VidIQ Chrome extension, which helps me get some stats at the top of my channel here. So I can click here and it will show some options for me to go through. I can also click here and see stats. So I can see how many views in the last 60 minutes, how many in 48 hours, and this just shows me some helpful stats from VidIQ. So back in VidIQ, I will exit out of this screen. On your feed, this is more of an overview of your channel. You can scroll through it. It shows your status, clipping opportunities if you want to clip some of your videos to make shorts. It shows some trending keywords, milestones. It does niche outliers, trending keywords. It has a title suggestion. You can also go to new chat where you can ask, get more views, channel audit, new thumbnail, video ideas, make clips, and other things like find B-roll, AI voiceover, etc. If you go over to the left on VidIQ, you can select more tools. This will show thumbnails where you can describe a thumbnail and attach it, clipping where you can turn your videos into shorts instantly, competitor analysis. You can do coaching, create, daily ideas. There's a script writer. It shows you best time to post. There's a title generator and video generator where you can actually create AI-powered videos. So there's a lot of features here. As you can see, the video generator does use 120 credits. One thing I did want to address is connecting VidIQ to Claude, which is possible, but personally, I don't recommend it simply because Claude, a lot of times when it connects to AI tools that use credits, it will not ask your permission to use those credits. So when I connected VidIQ to Claude, I actually lost 20,000 credits in about a week. And Claude did not ask me, it did not tell me it was using credits. I thought it was just connecting to the research tool and helping me find keywords, but it was actually burning credits every time it did that. So if you're going to use Claude with VidIQ, just go into it with caution and tell Claude constantly to not use credits unless it asks you. And that's not necessarily a VidIQ issue. That's more of a Claude issue because that's happened to me with several programs. But in order to connect it to Claude, you can go to your settings, go to account settings, and then select MCP. You would just copy the URL. Then you want to go into Claude, hit customize, go to connectors, add custom connector, and paste this in here and give it a name. And then click add. That is how you connect it and how you can start using Claude with VidIQ. So overall, is VidIQ worth it? Honestly, it depends on how serious you are about growing your channel. The keyword research and title scoring tools alone have changed how I approach every video I make. Instead of guessing what might rank, I'm making decisions based on actual search volume and competition data. That's hard to put a price on when you're trying to build an audience from scratch. The free plan gives you enough to get started and get a feel for how it works, but where VidIQ really earns its price tag is in the depth of the keyword data. That's where the paid plan pulls ahead. If you're posting consistently and treating your channel like a real business, these tools will save you a lot of time and guesswork. My link is in the description and the QR code is on screen. If this helped you out, hit like, subscribe for more honest AI tool content every week, and I'll see you in the next one.